Bulletin 2024. Peace is a path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon, group disrupts end bad governance protest at Federal Secretariat in Port Harcourt. River State Police Command vows to arrest violent protesters. DSS to name sponsors of foreign flag flying protesters. Troops destroy illegal oil refining site in Bayelsa, River State. And on the foreign scene, at least 2 people killed in German hotel collapse. I'm Ifechukwu Moyele with the news. Some groups under the aegis of Voice of Concerned Citizens have dispersed the protesters who have gathered at the Federal Secretariat this morning for the 7th day of End Bad Governance protest. Members of the group, in an interview with our correspondent, said their action follows the hijacking of the protest by hoodlums who have taken advantage of the protest to harass motorists, members of the public, and loot from shops. They say the initial purpose of the protest has been defeated by the actions of the hoodlums and that they will not allow such to continue in the state.
We understood that some persons actually want to hijack protests that was been happening within these days. So we, the concerned youth, we decided to come down to the secretariat as early as 5:30 this morning. The police are here, the militaries are here, we are here. And some of the protesters were actually coming, but we told them that protest will not hold. And of course, protesters will have asked them to leave.
They are busting people's shops, busting into people's house, obtaining their properties and their goods and all that. We don't want the hoodlums to join the real protesters to obtain property. That's how we are here.
Our correspondent reports that members of the Voice of Concerned Citizens are now stationed at the Federal Secretariat and have promised to move around the city to ensure that nobody is gathered anywhere in the name of End Bad Governance protest. Our correspondent reports that there is also a heavy presence of security operatives at the Federal Secretariat and there is free flow of vehicular and human movement. Yesterday on Nigeria Info FM's Hard Fact, police spokesperson Grace Iringikoko said the protest, which started peacefully, has been hijacked by hoodlums who are engaging in illegal activities, including extorting money, destroying vehicles, and harassing business owners. She said troublemakers will be arrested and prosecuted.
The protest has been hijacked by some hoodlums. Call upon the organizers of these protests to call their people to order. We needed a particular place where they can stay to do their protest. Calling on parents to warn their children and what, because the police is going to arrest, prosecute, and detain whoever that is going to cause mayhem or to destroy or to extort or to cause any public distress to members of the public.
Some residents in the Port Harcourt metropolis have explained why they will not join the ongoing nationwide protest. I spoke to our correspondent this morning.
So me, I no go leave my children go they do protest. Before you go no now, soldiers carry gun shoot me. I don't die. My children go there motherless. That is why you see me I dey my house. No be say the thing no dey sweet me or say the way the country dey I no dey happy at all.
I dey find the one where I go take a chop right about now where I dey. Now I make I no get time to work. I go there.
Personally, if I go physically, it's not safe for me.
People wey dey collect so far for Nigeria no be small too.
Talking about protest is not even on my mind. Totally, as a matter of fact, Nigeria doesn't need protest. Protest is not just the main thing.
Let their protest based on what happened and SARS protest. So that phobia na still in my mind.
I don't even send my mama money because the money no the mama don't come this morning now. I don't get money to send my mama.
And now the Department of State Service, DSS, says it is planning to name sponsors of foreign flag flying protesters to promote insurrection in the country. Speaking at a joint news conference in Abuja, spokesperson of the service, Peter Afunaya, said the identities of the persons will soon be made public. He urged Nigerians to be patient with the federal government. Some persons were spotted waving foreign flags in several northern states in a move that has generated concerns across the country. In the same vein, the service chiefs and the IGP have vowed to resist any unlawful change of government. Speaking at a security briefing in Abuja yesterday, they vowed to defend the country's democracy. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ewetoku, warned that those waving the Russian flag, some of whom have been arrested, will be dealt with decisively for treasonable offense. The Director General of the National Orientation Agency (NOA), Lanre Issa Onilu, has urged Nigerians to map out survival strategies amid the economic fallout of the removal of petrol subsidy by the President Bola Tinubu administration. Mr. Issa Onilu, a former APC spokesman, said poverty will worsen if petrol subsidy is returned, as being demanded by bad governance protesters. Moving on, the senator representing Borno South Senatorial District of Borno State, Ali Ndume, has expressed regret over his open criticisms of the APC and President Bola Tinubu. The senator spoke to journalists in Abuja shortly after a closed-door meeting with the APC National Working Committee. He said he regrets taking his criticisms public rather than making it an in-house affair. Recall that Senator Ndume, an APC chieftain, was relieved of his role as the chief whip of the Senate following his open criticisms of his party and the president. Still to come, troops destroy illegal oil refining site in Bayelsa, River State. Stay with us.
Festival hosted by Tacha, Obi Ivy, and Akman Okon. Over 10,000 will be in attendance to enjoy epic performances by Ajepa Hustlers, Wonder Banting, Wizard Chan, Dan Jeezy, Harris Song, Peter Hams, and many more.
Top DJs Music Boy, DJ Savvy, and DJ KD will keep the beats going. Hype Man, Baseless, Victorious, and Speed hyping the crowd. Laugh with GSN and Groove to Drum Boy and Gorillaz. Date September 15th, 2024.
Time 2 p.m. till dawn.
Venue EUI Event Center, PH City.
And Bayelsa State. The destruction was done during an operation by troops of the Land Component Joint Task Force South-South Operation Delta Save. The acting Deputy Director of 6th Division Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Jonah Danjuma, confirmed the development in a statement, saying the operation led to the confiscation and destruction of over 30,000 liters of stolen and illegally refined product in River State. In Bayelsa State, troops of Sector 2, while conducting routine operations in the creeks, waterways, and rivulets along Dasaba Creek in Nembe local government area, confiscated over 12,000 liters of stolen and illegally refined products. In other news, a business analyst, Ignatius Chukwu, says the creation of an investment promotion council in River State is a confidence booster. Mr. Chukwu, the regional editor for Business Day newspaper, told correspondent Martha Okere that the agency will help eliminate dealings with wrong individuals and middlemen. He also urged the state government to appoint qualified individuals to lead it effectively.
Any agency or government you want to contact, it is just right in the same building. You leave the same day. So if it's a trip of 4 days, you see yourself making it in 1 day, you come back. But when you get to any state that doesn't have this office, you have to go to every ministry that has to do with business, getting the land, getting the office, getting the licenses, the right way, the right time, at the right amount. You see that you'll be interfacing with so many persons. From there, you will meet fakes and the crooks and middlemen that you don't know. If you have an investment promotion agency, it means that all issues of business registration and business regulation will be in one place.
Mr. Chukwu also spoke on how the River State Investment Promotion Agency will impact the local economy in the state.
You have a place where they manufacture fertilizer. You have a place where they manufacture resins for plastics. They will be local companies, but what they produce will go beyond the locality. When more investors are attracted, the very next thing that will happen is that they will employ people. So it will impact employment. Then number two, those who are running away from the state may not run away again. Then the very first income government will make from companies that are coming in or investors that are coming in will be payee. They start paying workers' taxes. So if you spend less to establish what you are trying to establish, you will invest more in production.
The business analyst will, while speaking on the challenges the agency may face and how it could be addressed, urged the state government to appoint qualified individuals to lead it effectively.
The work of the first CEO used to set the standards. So you're either surpassing it or you're underpassing it. So choice of first CEO is usually very important. Mechanism for control of that agency is also very important. Transparency of that agency, which will allow the media to have frequent insight into that place, is also important. They are not supposed to complain of funds, which means money should not be the issue. But competence, better choice of the person would be initial challenges. If you put a round peg in a round hole, it will go without friction.
And now, still in business, the guidelines for the suspension of customs duty and taxes on imported food items will begin next week. Comptroller General of Customs Bashir Adeni said this at a meeting of heads of security agencies in Abuja. He explained that the delay experienced in the implementation of the policy was to ensure that the interests of all the stakeholders, including farmers, were considered. Now, in July, the federal government approved a 150-day duty-free window to allow the importation of maize, husked brown rice, and wheat as part of measures to combat rising food inflation across the country. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edu, says the country currently spends $600 million on fuel importation monthly. Mr. Edu said this on AIT. He stated that a high import bill is due to neighboring countries up to Central Africa benefiting from the country's fuel import. He explained that the situation was the reason President Bola Tinubu removed the fuel subsidy, as the country does not know the exact amount of fuel consumed eternally. And now straight to entertainment. Black Panther actress Connie Chiume has died at the age of 72. The Chiume family confirmed her death and requested privacy as they grieve. In sports, world record holder Tobi Amusan started her Paris Olympics campaign with a strong victory in the heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles. She has now qualified for the women's 100-meter semi-finals. And on the international scene, 2 people have been killed in Krov, Germany, after a hotel building partially collapsed late on Tuesday night. Several others remain trapped under the rubble. Rescue operations are ongoing with more than 200 emergency services personnel at the scene.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. A group this morning disrupted the End Bad Governance protest at the Federal Secretariat in Port Harcourt. The River State Police Command has vowed to arrest violent protesters. The DSS says it will name the sponsors of foreign flag flying protesters. Troops have destroyed illegal oil refining sites in Bayelsa and River State. And on the foreign scene, 2 people have been killed in Germany after a hotel building partially collapsed. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyali. Many thanks for listening.